Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all well. Back down Barry. Now today I'm on Friars Point. The tide is a bit on the small side. Personally, when it comes to the Barry marks, I do like a bigger tide, but it is what it is. I'll give it a bash and you never know. High water, it's in around 5.5 hours time. I'm going to spend the first hour or so getting all of my footage, all of my scenery shots, because that takes me ages. I'll then take a walk up onto the top and I'll assess the wind direction, and that will determine which side of the point I fish. If it's coming from the east, I'll fish the other side of the point. If it's coming from the west, I'll stick to this side of the point. But to be honest, at the moment the wind is very gentle, it's very calm, but no doubt as that water starts to push in, it will get stronger. As per usual, I'll be fishing with 2 rods, 4/0 pulley pennels, 4/0 paternoster pennels, and I'm also going to stick on a 3-hook flapper rig. Have a scratch around and just see what's out there. I've got ragworm, frozen black legworm, sand eel, squid, bluey, and a bit of mackerel. Guys, if I catch, I catch. If I don't, I don't. Let's just enjoy it. There we are then, fishing, baits are in the water. On the left hand rod, I've started off with a squid and bluey wrap, and the right hand rod, on there's a squid and sand eel wrap. Early days yet, but the water is pushing up lovely, starting to get a good depth out there. As I thought, the wind is picking up, so I'm glad I've come this side of the point. I'm just to the right of the smelly hole, or the stink pit, whatever you want to call it. Where I am is a bit easier for filming. Now the locals will tell you that generally speaking, the other side is better on the flood and this side tends to fish better on the ebb, but I guess you never know. Just nice being out. It's a lovely afternoon, spot on. When I left the house this morning, it was absolutely pouring down, but as soon as I got to Barry, no rain. Happy days. Been fishing for around 45 minutes now. I just stuck a 3-hook flapper rig on the right hand rod and straight away, bang bang bang, bang bang bang. Pretty sure it's a small whiting, but it's a start. I'll take it. As you've just seen, I'm using my fishable reels today. You know when you fancy something a bit easier? Well, that's me today. Don't get me wrong, I love my multipliers. And this winter I'll be using those a lot. And that reminds me, this weekend I must give them both a good service. Both Abu Magalites. One of those I think is over 22 years old and still going strong. If you look after them, they'll look after you, no problem. Let's take a look at this right down rod. Ah, I missed him. That bite was going for ages, but by the looks of it, it took the ragworm on the bottom hook. Let's get him back out there. I'm getting loads and loads of bites on this flapper rig. Now what I'm doing with this right down rod, I'm alternating. So at the moment there's a 3-hook flapper rig on it, but on the next cast I'll be sticking on a 4-0 pulley pennel with a big bait. You know me, I like to mix things up a bit. I tend not to target fish these days. I used to, but now I just go fishing. Pecking away at the baits. I'll get it on camera now. We're about 3 hours off high water, so yeah, loads of time. Getting a bit choppy out there now. That's not a bad thing, a bit of chop. Stir things up. Get the fish feeding. Who knows? Oh well, that's the blank out of the way. Got a small white in on the middle hook, and on the bottom hook we've got a small pout in. There we are. Right, let's get these back in. We're about 2.5 hours off high water now. There's a lot of small fish out there. Lots of small whiting and pouting. So far, the big baits, nothing on those. On the left hand rod, I've just stuck on double large sand eel, and I gave that a good whack. So we'll see what that does. I'm casting onto clean ground, onto sand. But I reckon for the first 30 or 40 yards, it's quite rough. It's quite kelpy and it's quite rocky. And often, on the retrieve, you can catch your hook point and it can become blunt. Chemically sharpened hooks, yeah, they are sharp, but they can also become blunt very, very quickly. So what I've done, I bought one of these little hook sharpeners, only a few pounds. In the middle, it's got like a little groove. So what you do, you put your, if you do catch your hook on the way back in, on the rocks, you put your hook point into the middle of the groove, up and down a few times. Give it a quick hone on the side as well. Back into the groove. And that hook point, once again, is needle sharp. And that's what you call a tangled mess. A better whiting this time on the middle hook. And well, I think it's the middle hook anyway. Oh, we got a small baby strap conger. Made an absolute mess on my rig, so I'm gonna have to change that. It's a bit of fun, it's a bit of fun. Right, come on then chaps, let's get you back in. At the moment, on each rod, I've got a 6-ounce gripper and they hold in bottom lovely. Where I am at this spot, on the ebb, you can get a nasty rip. So I may have to increase that weight to a 7, possibly an 8-ounce, but the tide is not that big today. I reckon we'll be okay. Yeah, I caught my first ever bass on Friars Point. Must have been over 30 years ago now. I was down here with Dad, right at the start of the point, pretty much fishing on the edge of Barry Island Beach, or Whitmore Bay. And remember the old-fashioned metal sweet tins? We had a few ragworm in there. First cast, the rod started bouncing, and a lovely 2.5 pound bass. Now, that's not very big, but to me, a small kid, it looked massive. And the best thing about it was, that same day, Dad's mates were fishing where I am now, and they were teasing us, they were making fun of us. Oh, you won't catch nothing there, boys, you got no chance. And of course, I caught that bass, and they all blanked. Lovely. Great days, great memories. Getting warm now, like a summer's day. Stacks of small fish out there, but they're keeping me entertained. One of those whiting I caught earlier, unfortunately, didn't make it, so I took it from the water, dispatched it humanely, and I've put that on a 4-0 pulley panel. You never know, could be a nice conger out there, or a cod, nice ray. Yeah, we got pretty much full-on sunshine now. Talk about chalk and cheese compared to earlier. That's a better pouting, not a bad pouting at all, that. Yeah, top hook pouting, bottom hook small whiting. Yeah, there's that chunky little pouting. Obviously I have caught much bigger ones down here over the years, but it'll do. Oops, alright son, I'm gonna pop you back now. Full of life, good to see. Beautiful colours on pouting, glistening in the autumn sunshine. Let's pop him back. Now, I got that white in on the top hook, but I lost something quite good then. As the lead came to the surface, it just popped off, so no idea what it was, but yeah, bit of a shame. Never mind. Bang on high water now. I think what I'll do, I'll fish big baits on both rods until I pack up. I'm gonna fish 2.5 hours into the ebb, because often on this side you can get some good stuff on the ebb, but we'll see. Oh, so bright now. Been speaking to quite a few walkers up on the top. Yeah, it's been a very pleasant day. Nice day's fishing. And hopefully there's more to come. Yeah, we're well into the ebb now. There was a bit of a rip, lasted for around 30 minutes or so, But thankfully it's not too bad now. I did put a 7-ounce gripper on each of those rods, but no issue at all. On a bigger tide here on the ebb, it can whiz around that corner, and not even a 10-ounce gripper would hold bottom. But this evening we're okay. Just fishing with big baits now. Although, knowing me, I will stick that flapper rig back on. I can't help it. At the moment, I've got a whole squid on the right hand rod, and on the left hand rod, I've got a bluey and sand eel cocktail. Give it now another hour, and I'll call it quits. Nothing big today so far, but you can win them all. That's fishing for you. And I've enjoyed it. I'm gonna pack up now. We're well into the ebb. It's gone really quiet, and also I need to hit the M4. Look, I didn't get anything decent today on the big baits, but there's always next time. Although, on that flapper rig, bites every cast, and loads of the smaller species. I didn't show you every one, guys, but you got the gist. They kept the rod tip busy. It's been a bit of fun. The weather's been fantastic. I've spoken to lots of people, can't really complain. As always, thanks for watching. It's mega appreciated. Any questions or comments you have, pop them below and I'll get back to you. Until the next one, look after yourselves, take care, all the best.